All right. Questions for Coach Cook?
John, now that you're in the bubble, have been in Omaha for, I guess, 12 hours or however long, what's been your impression of the setup? Have you talked to other coaches up there? What's it like being in the bubble currently in Omaha?
Well, basically, we've been in the hotel. I have a really nice room with great views of Omaha and the Missouri River, so I'm pretty happy. And then the most common activity right now is we go over and get tested. So I had to get tested twice today. So anyway, I got an extra dose.
Have you seen the convention center set up where the matches are going to be?
I have not seen anything yet. They haven't let us in there. So we just basically walk into testing. It's all very shut off from everything else and walk back. But like I said, we got a nice room with great views. Omaha Marriott did a great job, and then got a nice workout room, and so that's basically hanging out.
During the tournament, are you allowed to scout matches in person?
No. Nope. Got to watch it on video just like you guys do.
Does this feel like an NCAA tournament week, John?
Just seeing all the other teams here brings a little bit of level of, excitement, I think, and anticipation. But, this is the way it is. And I think once we get in there, tomorrow is going to be a pretty hectic day for us. We have 2 practices, very short practices, and testing. So tomorrow might seem more like there's something going on here, but seeing the other teams does bring some excitement. And of course, being at the CHI Center, it brings back a lot of memories for Nebraska Volleyball and for me, and played some big matches in there. So that part gets you a little bit fired up.
Given everything that's happened this year, does it feel like an accomplishment to be in Omaha and have this championship be scheduled to start tomorrow and get the ball rolling with the final legs of the season?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot different. And so we have to temper our, expectations for what a normal event here in Omaha would be like, because this is going to be much different. And the setup's going to be different. It's essentially going to be like a club tournament. So, of course, I've recruited 1 million club tournaments, and these guys have played in 1 million club tournaments. So, but it'll be exciting to play good competition and have a chance to play. And, normally we would be going to Scotts Bluff or Chadron or, North Platte to play a spring match right now. So, it's a different feel of the year from that timing point of view. But anyway, I think once we get on the court and we know it's for real, I think our team's gonna really rise up, have fun, and compete really hard.
John, how have you been in terms of being just a calming voice and a guiding hand throughout all the uncertainty leading up to this championship event? I'm sure that your girls have had multiple questions about how things are going to go and schedule-wise and all the way down the line. So I'm just curious, how have you been in terms of your communication with them and just trying to be the leader that you are?
Well, I have a lot of I don't knows because there's a lot we don't know. So I think Lauren talked about it earlier. We just focus on, okay, today, here's our schedule, here's what we're going to try to get done, here's why we're doing it, and what we're going to do. So we just kind of really take it one day at a time, because things are changing all the time, and it is way different. So just we're focused on today. So today was breakfast, free time, testing, lunch. We're going to maybe go to the zoo today. We're going to get a workout in the hotel. So, and then we'll do something tonight as a team, just hang out. We got some games and stuff. We got some putting golf things in here. So we'll mess around, keep it loose and have fun. And then tomorrow tomorrow is going to feel like, okay, this is for real now. But we're just in a holding pattern right now.
What kind of impact do you think that the condensed schedule will have on the way teams are able to prepare, and then the impact as the rounds go on?
Good question. Yes, I don't know. It'll be interesting. The good thing is you're not traveling. So typically you might be traveling, if you're able to advance. So you don't have to travel anywhere. So that'll be less wear and tear for a lot of teams. Yeah, I haven't thought that far. We're just trying to figure out how to play great on Thursday against potentially two different teams. So that's our focus right now.
And Maddie joined the other three All Big Ten players on the All ABC North team. What do you think of the season she had this year?
Well, Maddie's improved in some areas, and I challenged her on some things, but I think she's been a really solid, consistent player for us. She plays a position that requires that. She's in all 6 passing rotations, and most teams don't serve her, so that's a great sign of respect right there. And I think she works hard every day, and she's somebody I got to chase out of the gym every day. She wants to stay in there extra, and so really like her approach to things and her willingness to get better.
More question?
I know you love a good training block, but what has 19 days without a match been like for you personally?
It's not something that I would say that we should need to do that every year, because I think it's I do a lot of trying to figure out what is the best for us each day. How do we stay sharp? How do we rest them? When you're not playing for 19 days, it's hard to have something to shoot for. It's just, that's a long ways out. So just trying to be really creative and manage these guys and keep them sharp. And I spend a lot of time thinking about how to do that. But I feel like we've done a pretty good job, and I think they've done an awesome job coming to the practices and weights and really working hard and being focused. And it's really hard to do, especially for, that age group. And I think our team's done an amazing job of it. I've been really, really happy and proud of them for how the business side of how they've approached everything. And again, I'll give credit to our seniors. They've been here before. They know what it takes. And they've done a really good job of, I think, keeping everybody kind of on the same page and, moving in the right direction.
John, beyond everything else involved with this tournament this year, it's going to be quick, it's going to be crazy, but what's the competitive goal here over the next 11 days for this team, and what do you guys need to do to achieve it?
Right now, it's we don't play Wednesday, so how do we prepare to play great Thursday? And I think that's our only focus right now, because after that, we don't know our schedule, we don't know who we're playing, we don't know when we're playing, we know potentially what day, so we know nothing. And so there's no point in looking down the road. It's as I told them, we got to be all in on Thursday and all in this week and leading up to Thursday, and that's our total focus right now.
What does that you mentioned that you be more creative during that 19 days of training? What does that look like? What sort of things did you bust out and try to change up and look different while you're training that much?
Well, for us, we spent more time in the weight room. We lifted more because, again, we're not playing matches. So, again, we're trying to keep them sharp and healthy. Second thing is we tried to build in some breaks, because I think if you're grinding 6 days and over 19 days, you're not playing matches, it's really tough. We changed some drills that we normally do to make it more competitive, and it was a lot of, they had to be in there to get a certain goal or before they could get out of the drill. And that's how, as a coach, they responded really well to that. They could have said, oh, this is too hard, or I'm not gonna be able to do this, or, are you kidding me? And they just embraced every challenge we threw. So we threw a lot of challenges at them. You gotta get so many and accomplish this before you get out of the drill. We move on to the next drill, and they did great with it. So the creative side was we came up with some new ways how we were training and scoring and getting them to compete and perform at a high level, probably a higher level than what we need in this tournament. But we had to try to somehow get them to go to stay at a high level or go to another place.